Guess what? Forgiving yourself means forgiving your past, which, I know you don't want to hear this, means forgiving others. That's how you let go. This is how you move forward. It's how you move forward. And I know some of you will never allow that to happen. You'll never allow it to happen because in your mind, in your body, in your soul, what someone else did to you is unforgivable. It is just heinous. I know there's been some bad things that have happened to some people. I think actually bad things have happened to all people. And when I say all, I'm talking every person. And I'm talking that the person that hurt you most, someone hurt them. Do you have the ability to have some compassion for that? To really just disconnect from your own personal hurts, those wounds that they're trapped inside your body, but they're rooted in the past, and the past doesn't even exist. Oh no, the past doesn't exist. But yet, you're holding on to it, that pain inside your body. And I believe it's true, the saying that when you have the inability to forgive somebody, it's you're holding bitterness, right? You're holding anger, you're holding vengeance, you're holding the pain that you felt, right? And it's real pain. The pain is real. The circumstances are no longer real because you're not then, you're now, but yet you're living in the then because you're still focused. You're looking in the past. You're stuck in the past. That's why you're not moving forward. And the saying is true that when you're not able to forgive somebody, it's you're drinking poison, wishing that person dies. You're drinking the poison. You're receiving the negative effects throughout all your life. Throughout every aspect of your life, you are literally destroying your own existence. It's that real. You are destroying your existence because of something that happened. No one's innocent. No one is innocent. And that, everything I'm saying right now, it don't make no sense. This is not a logical conversation here, right? It's not even a philosophical conversation I'm having. What type of conversation am I having? Are you getting this yet? Are you hearing me yet? This is a spiritual conversation. This piece here, the forgiveness, right? The energy, the release, the fact that the past don't exist, right? It's gone. It's no different than this video, right? I can't stay stuck on the first 5 seconds of the video. I'm moving forward. It's gone. It's gone. We could play it back, but it's gone. What's been said has been said. What's been done has been done. Will you allow yourself to expand into that conscientious state of being, that what's gone is gone, what's happened has happened? And that doesn't mean that if something bad happened to you, that somehow it's okay to just let bad things happen to you. It's not. A lot of times these bad things happen to us when we were innocent. Some of them happen to us when we're an adult, but some of them is like, it first happened when we were a kid, and then we didn't really handle it. And so it continues to kind of replay itself. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but there's studies about boys that have been like sexually molested. And especially if there's a group of boys that this happens to. So just say there's one older perv and he sort of grooms several boys that are like friends. And he like ends up molesting them. Because they don't know any better, right? It's sick. This is sick shit. But usually the molesters had some sick shit happen to him. Right? And then he goes and has this fetish and this weird fucking shit go on. And there are literal studies that show that those boys, their way of coping with all the shame and the stuff that happens to them at the hands of this pedophile, right? That their way of coping with it isn't to go and ask for help. It isn't to go call the cops. It isn't to go and tell mom and dad. They're filled with shame. They feel dirty about themselves. So then they go and molest each other. Studies show this. It's literally like a coping mechanism. And maybe this has happened to you. I don't know why this is coming up today. But I just know that there are so many of you that are stuck in a place of unforgiveness, and that's a blockage. It's an energetic blockage. That's what I'm meaning when I say it's a blockage. It's literally like if your body is 70% water, right? So it's kind of interesting, but literally it's like having a dam, and the water is supposed to be circulating, right? Moving around. That's your energy. That's your chi. That's your life force energy. And yet you have this dam inside of you. Maybe it's in your heart. Maybe it's in your gut. And this is what gets triggered anytime you have an emotional reaction to something. These are these triggers when your mood shifts. You have to start to become more self-aware. I know for me, I've had so much like betrayal that my heart center, oh man, it gets tight and it hurts, and I still have to breathe into that a lot. And a lot of that's because I've had a lot of betrayal. I haven't had just heartbreak. I've had people literally betray me at all levels, from, family, mothers, co-workers, relationships. I've just felt a tremendous amount of betrayal throughout my life, and it hits right there in the heart chakra. And I've had to put in a lot of work in my heart. One, to keep it open. My heart wanted to close down, right? And block itself off. And when that happens, man, that's a painful existence, because you're literally shut down. You can't give or receive love in a genuine way, in the true essence. And when you allow yourself to just realize that whatever happened to you, it wasn't because you're a bad person, or you're stupid, or you're an idiot, or you're a loser, that you deserve that type of thing. I believe it happened for a spiritual reason, that it happened for you. And some of y'all are like, that's offensive to think that whatever happened to me that I've hidden inside of my soul, but I'm holding on to, and it's blocking me from moving forward in life. And thus, the thing I'm more drawn to is all these real bad habits, these toxic patterns. And it's really a life of misery, because you're literally stuck. Energetically speaking, spiritually speaking, you're stuck. And the thing is you have the key. You have the key to get yourself unstuck. You can set yourself free. And I'm here to help you and guide you through some of that processing. I mean, literally, if you want to start forgiving yourself, it starts by writing it down and saying, I forgive myself. What do you forgive yourself for? Right? Anything that you did that you feel guilty of, that you don't feel right about. It's taking a real honest inventory of the shit you've done. And when you do that, it's like, it's freeing. Does that mean that instantaneously it's gonna be there? No. I had an ex-lover that I made some mistakes with along the way, and she would insist that when I wronged her that, there was never a set amount of times on how apologetic I should be. And part of that is a little toxic, but I think I do see the value in that, of understanding that forgiveness is it's a process. It doesn't just happen like a fell swoop. You can't just say, oh, okay, I forgive myself, and then you just move on with your life. No, so it starts with the saying. It starts with thinking, okay, I think I want to forgive myself. Then you start saying, man, I want to forgive myself. And then you have to be specific about what? You want to forgive yourself for being alive. You want to forgive yourself for eating all that unhealthy food last week. You want to forgive yourself for hurting somebody. You want to forgive yourself for fill in the blank. And that's where looking in the mirror is really so important. And that's why investing as much of your time and energy that you have available for self-discovery and self-improvement work is really the thing that has changed my life for the better. It's put me in a place where I can now pay it forward, and I can speak with absolute confidence and clarity about the things that I have experienced. And it was the hardest thing for me to truly, genuinely forgive myself. But there are times and seasons that come up that, I still have to forgive myself. And I still have to seek forgiveness, if not directly, indirectly. And that's an important thing. If there's somebody that you owe an apology to, right? You want a little test, and I'm gonna screw up the name, but it's like the Ho'oponopono kind of mantra, which is visualize that person or look at a picture of them, and it could even be yourself, and you repeat this, right? So let's take a deep breath in through our nose, hold, maybe even visualize that person as you're doing this exercise, and then let's do that again. Breathe in, hold, visualize this person right here in the third eye. Visualize the person, could be yourself, could be another person. Visualize them with love, send them love, send them love. Exhale. And then you repeat after me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And in doing that, energetically, you are starting to clear those blockages, and it can be towards yourself. And again, it's what do you have control over? There's been times in my life where I've had to go seek forgiveness from somebody, and I did. I humbled myself. I sought them out. I wasn't waiting for them. I wanted to, again, release the blockage so that I could move forward in my life, so that they could be free. I want to be free, and I want all people that I've ever had an experience to be free. And that includes you. I want you to be free. And so there's been times that I've gone to people and said, hey, I owe you an apology. Oh, for what? Well, I did this and that. Maybe they don't even know about it, right? Maybe you just want to set the record straight and get right. When you're hiding things from people, yeah, that's going to be hard for you to really move forward in life. The energetically, the universe, God is not going to just give you honor if you've hurt someone else and been malicious about it, been deceptive about it, and they don't know. And I've had to do this, right? I had, when me and my ex-wife had our first falling out, it was after the rock bottom moment. We were separated for 10 months. During that 10-month period, I met another woman. I had an affair, one-time thing. And the minute after, like really after I did it, I knew it was wrong. I knew it was the fucking wrong thing, man. I was like, God dang. And here's the things, right? Some of y'all are going to be like, well, man, you were separated. I even have more than that. I had criminal charges against me. I had divorce papers filed against me. I had restraining orders filed against me. You know, I met someone the other day, a woman, and, you know, she was super flirtatious, very cute. And as I started doing all my vetting, I find out that, you know, she's still technically married. And I don't believe in that shit, man. Like, I don't want to touch another man's wife, right? If you're divorced, okay, you know, there's potential. But if you're still technically married, man, like we've blurred the lines so far in terms of our morality and our just our integrity. Our integrity. And so back to my story is, you know, I had every reason to just move on. You know, my marriage should have been completely done. I had decimated it. And yet I hooked up with this chick, and I realized that was a pattern of mine. It was my way of, you know, soothing my pain, right? Boosting my ego. And the pain was, you know, the guilt that I was feeling for having even put myself in this state of isolation, put myself in such a bad situation legally, right? Relationally, all of these things, man. I mean, I was separated from my kids. That was so fucking painful that I kind of did it. It was self-sabotaging. I talk about this stuff, man. We self-sabotage. And yet, I remember going to church, and immediately after, you know, I felt moved to confess this, right? We were still technically married. We were starting to reconcile a little bit. And I confessed it. I said, hey, I have something to tell you. And she looked at me all like a deer in the headlights. And I said, I need to let you know, I had sex with another woman during the past, 10 months or so. And fuck, man, she was so pissed. She looked at me, with that death stare and fucking got right past me. And I just let her go. I got the hell out of the way, like a dang bullfighter. The bull's coming at me. Uh-oh. And the interesting thing was, because I was honest and didn't keep that as a secret, which is scary, because I'll be honest with you, I went to like a lot of religious guys, leaders, and every one of them told me, don't say nothing, man. That'll be the worst thing you ever do. The worst thing you ever do. And these guys are pretty like high profile, like spiritual leaders, Christian type leaders, right? And they all gave me that same advice. Don't say nothing, man. Don't say shit about that. Just let it be. And in my heart of hearts, I'm like, nah, I got to say something. I felt the energy. I felt that it would be problematic for me to not admit that, and then the potential for reconciliation and not be in my closet. I can't live with myself like that. Maybe you can. No judging, man. I'm not here to judge nobody. I'm just here to speak my truth and hopefully inspire some of you along that with these talks, with my stories. Because this is, I believe, what is needed in this world right now. Some motherfucking honesty, some authenticity, and knowing that ain't nobody innocent. I said it before, ain't nobody innocent. As much as I always thought, maybe my ex had cheated on me, I still don't know. There's a lot of people that they do shit like that, and they will take it to their grave. And I think you're going to reckon with that. You're going to wonder. You're wondering why shit don't line up for you. I mean, I know people that meet in having an extramarital affair, and then they leave their marriages or their relationships, and then they get married, and it's like out of guilt, right? It's like a trauma bond, out of all the shame. It's like, oh man, look what we did. Well, let's be with each other. And then they wonder why their relationship is like flawed. This is facts, right? You guys, I know you're relating to this. I know that this comes out not because I'm proud of my mistakes, but going back to the forgiveness pieces, my ex, she did forgive me. But here's the thing is, I know that in hurting her, I know that I hurt a lot of her family, a lot of the people in her life. And so I went and sought out forgiveness from all these families as we started reconciling. Because that's what happened, right? We went, 20 years total, but that probably happened at, I'm not even sure what year that was, maybe 12. And then, or 14, and then it's like we had that separation for 10 months, and then we got together for 7 more. And, part of me sort of thinks that might have been a mistake, that, what I had done did cause a lot of mistrust and just a lot of friction between us. So that was always a challenge. I don't beat myself up too much about trying to think if it should have been different. I'm here. And that's what I'm trying to tell you is be present, be now. The past, you can't change it. Know what you can change, as I just saw 222. Know what you can change, know what you can change, and do the things you can change. Have the courage to change the things you can. If you know you need to confess something to somebody and be honest and, take away the deceit, right? They may walk out of your life. You may lose that person, but I can promise you it's better to lose somebody than to hold on to somebody that is there under false pretenses that somehow you have maintained some integrity within the relationship, within the connection. And this is what a lot of people need to get real about. You want to really have some breakthrough in your life? Stop lying. Stop lying to yourself. Stop hiding things from others. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is by putting in the work, investing in the self-discovery, investing in trying to figure yourself out, get to your truth. I've had to do this. I learned really early on to lie because I didn't like getting in trouble, especially my mom's wrath. I mean, I was like, oh no, I don't want that. And even if she knew I was lying, like I would still lie. And then I even started manipulating myself, saying, as a businessman, I would be like, I had a saying, you tell them what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. And I could tell you as a man, right, in my last relationship, and because I'm so centered and grounded and direct, my last partner, she didn't like all that truth. A lot of women, y'all want to be lied to. And that's unhealthy. That's toxic. That's not the way it should be, right? So I did go and seek forgiveness from a lot of people that I didn't directly impact, but indirectly. And this is just me leading by example. It's me saying, this was on my conscience, and I didn't want this to be something eating away at my soul. And there's some people I went and sought forgiveness from, and they said, get the fuck out of my face. Fuck you. I hate your ass. You're a piece of shit or whatever. And here's the beautiful thing. If that's the response, that's okay. I get set free. My blockage opens up. They create their own blockage because they're unforgiving. And then some people were like, oh man, I've been waiting so long for this. Thank you so much. I love you so much. I hope that you guys can figure it out, or whatever it is, right? So you need to realize that when you're unforgiving, it's killing you, man. It's literally eating away at you, and it's definitely going to keep you stuck. You want an instant way to get unstuck? Start telling the truth and start seeking some forgiveness. Realize what you have done and how that has impacted the lives of others, whether directly or indirectly, right? That deception, it hurts people. And if you have the power to set yourself free and them by some honesty, it's a hard pill to swallow, but I'm telling you, that shit will open up your life in a positive direction on the other side. And yeah, people may leave your life. Things may shift, but it'll shift for the better. It'll shift for the better. Because right now you're holding, you're clinging, and you're trying to keep something going that, again, if it's under false pretense, that's a major mistake on your part, energetically. But it's an energetic mistake on your part to feel that you're not worthy, that you don't deserve to move forward in your life based on something that happened decades and decades ago. Because you just don't feel that you hate that person so much, right? Forgive them. You can send them forgiveness right now, right? I forgive you. I release you. Send them love. Say, whatever you did to me, I know that it has to have been because of something that happened to you. This is how it works. And it takes some major, major spiritual work to get to that place. But it starts by thinking it, right? About forgiveness, about forgiving others, forgiving yourself. Then you start speaking it. Then you start writing it down. And that's a beautiful thing. And if you need help, reach out. Greg at Results Kill Excuses. If you're compelled to, get yourself some Results Kill Excuses merchandise. I would love to see you out there wearing your accountability and owning your success, because the standard is 1% better each and every day. No days off. Every single day. Investing in yourself so that you can truly become the best version of you, living more free, living more abundant, knowing that you deserve that. You deserve to write the most incredible ending to your story from this day forward. Make forgiveness a big piece of that. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results, kill, excuses. Because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.